Chili pepper is the very heartbeat of curry and is considered the heart and soul of Indian cuisine. India is one of the largest producers of chili peppers, and it's really difficult to imagine Indian food without it. But for thousands of years, people in the Indian subcontinent cooked without chili peppers. Chili pepper is native to the Americas and was introduced to India by the Portuguese in the late 15th century. It quickly became essential to the Indian diet, and the chili plants were rapidly growing around. It was truly surprising for me to learn that chili peppers didn't exist in India for thousands of years. So, what was curry like without chili pepper? How did chili peppers arrive in India? Why were they so quickly adopted and incorporated into the Indian diet? Before chili peppers arrived in India, long pepper and black pepper was extensively used not only for adding heat and spiciness to the dish, but in Ayurveda, a traditional medicine system native to India. Both peppers are native to the Indian subcontinent and travel far to Europe through trade, where they receive a warm welcome from Europeans. Initially, the ancient Greeks and Romans used both peppers for medicinal purposes, but soon they were used to add flavor to food. Black pepper has become known as the king of spices because it was rare and came from faraway exotic lands, leading many Europeans to believe that it had magic powers. Whoever controls these spices controls money. From the 9th to 15th century, Italian city-states like Venice and Genoa maintained a strong relationship with Arab merchants and dominated the European spice trade. There's no doubt that Romans and Arabs made huge profits from it. By the end of the 15th century, the price of peppers was out of control. So all the Europeans were like, hey, we gotta get in on the spice trade before we hand over all the cash to those Romans and Arabs. The hike in spice prices prompted a great incentive for other Europeans to find an alternative route to India, hoping to establish its own spice trade. This marked the beginning of the age of discovery and the discovery of chili pepper. Before talking about how the chili pepper was discovered, I want to point out the differences between long pepper and chili peppers. Long pepper is native to India, containing a chemical compound called piperine, which provides a spiciness different from capsicum, the spicier compound found in chili peppers native to America. In 1492, Christopher Columbus embarked on a journey to India in search of pepper, but instead encountered chili peppers. The word chili comes from Mexico, as this is what the Aztecs called this plant, while it was still called pepper by the Spaniards due to its similar spicy taste. 6 years after Columbus discovered the New World, Portuguese explorer Vasco da Gama became the first European to reach India, and the city of Goa was captured shortly after. 30 years after da Gama set foot on Indian soil, chili plants were growing all over Goa. What was curry like without chili pepper? In the last episode, I talked about how curry in different regions vary due to the climates, topography, religion, and cultural influences. And what it was like really depends on the region. Before chili peppers arrived, long pepper and ginger were used to provide the heat and spice kick. In the south and west of India, a variety of seafood and legumes were heavily used as protein, with coconut milk and vegetable purees serving as the base, and tamarind, mango, jackfruit serving as the souring agents. Although the state of Kerala is known as a land of spice, the people there weren't hesitant to incorporate chili peppers into their diet. Even Ayurvedic physicians, who rarely incorporated foreign food, have quickly replaced pepper with chilies in many of their remedies. Why? Why were chili peppers quickly adopted? How did chili peppers conquer the diets and remedies of those who are typically reluctant to adopt new things? In South India, people quickly embrace chili peppers because they resemble long pepper in appearance and taste. With the region's preferences for fiery and pungent flavors, the transition to using chilies was natural. Also, chili peppers are much easier and less expensive to grow, resulting in a lower price and making them accessible to a wide range of people. When Ayurvedic physicians turned to them, they were like, oh, check these chilies out. Similar health benefits, but a lot cheaper, further contributing to their widespread recognition in South India. Since then, South Indians were crazy about adding chilies to their dish. Vindaloo, the fiery curry dish from Goa, became one of the most famous dishes to showcase the spice. It's a special curry because it used pork and beef, which is rare given that a large population in India is Hindu and Muslim. However, Goa was captured by the Portuguese in 1510, and a good number of Goas converted to Christianity. So no diet restrictions here. Bring on the pork and beef. Vindaloo is an adaptation of a Portuguese dish, marinating pork with vinegar and wine, boasting sweet and sour flavors with intense spiciness. Vindaloo is just an example of hundreds of dishes that intensively use chilies. After chili peppers set food on Indian soil, almost all fish and vegetable recipes contain chilies. The spice itself also comes with different varieties, representing a different level of flavor and heat, and can be found not only in curry, but in chutneys, pickles, and cold drinks. Although chilies were extremely popular in South India, it took 200 years to reach North India due to geographical barriers and Hindu transportation. Chilies were introduced to the north by Marathas. Maratha's empire was one of the powers ruled India's subcontinent in the 18th century, with this core located in central and west India, sandwiched between the Portuguese seas Goa and the Mughal Empire up north. They were undoubtedly the group that introduced chili peppers to the north. The arrival of chili peppers in North India caused a blast and was warmly welcomed. The Marathas successfully weakened the power of the Mughal Empire and asserted their control in northern India. 10 years after conquest, chili peppers were being intensively used by the local people. Chili peppers were undoubtedly one of the great gifts that the Portuguese brought to India from the New World, but they weren't the only ones. Most gravies in Indian curries today are tomato-based, and potatoes have been integrated into many modern Indian dishes. The truth is, these are New World products introduced to India by the Portuguese. However, Indians were very slow to accept those tomatoes and potatoes, and it wasn't until the British arrived that they were fully integrated into Indian cuisine. Why? Why weren't they accepted as quickly as chili peppers? What did the British do to push tomatoes and potatoes into Indian cuisine? What else did the British do to shape the Indian diet? We'll find out in the next video.